What's up? Got a Bestech knives. This is the Lito and or the BT2307B. I'll stick with the Lito. All right, let's see what's up in here. It's kind of a nicer box for Bestech, so I'm expecting a nice knife. Yeah, sticker and paperwork. And of course the big case. Cleaning cloth. And I see a titanium knife in here. Titanium, micarta, Bruce Spring steel clip. All right, let's see this blade. Oh, got detent. Oh, what's up? Come on, man. It's an M390 O-step Hell design. M390 steel. Looks like it's got an anodized collar. Both sides, yep. Sort of minimalistic badging. Got the O-step Hell and then the blade steel. Nothing on this side, but the Bestech logo is on the pivot. Yeah, man. Ooh. Well, let's get all this out of the way. I mean. Titanium backspacer. And surely that clip is steel. Yeah, it is. Well, the jury's still out. Not sure. I think it is. Hmm. Initially, I thought the detent was too light, and it's pretty light on the end, but it's actually running for the size of the knife flawlessly. It's a frame lock, but the micarta is such on it that it's blocking. It's like sort of created this liner bolster lock. And so on a small knife like that, it's working really well because it's keeping me from getting my fingers actually on the lock. And golly, does this thing run good. Super snappy. And overall, yeah, this thing popped into my wheelhouse. Had me with one look. Had me at hello, right? Wow. M390 titanium. The micarta is grippy. It's the good stuff. Well, let's break into it. Let's crack this safe. I am curious, I think, to get that pocket clip off. I didn't check blade play. This was not very tight. So I'm going to check it. Yeah, it's rock solid. Yeah. No Loctite. And I think we go from TH to T6s the rest of the way. T6. Speaking of T6s, hey, there is a full contingency of these over at Timber's Edge now. They have a bunch of these in stock. And so I know I get a lot of questions about these all the time, but hey, all you got to do is go over there to Timber's Edge and you can pick one up for yourself. Yep, I thought about having them put a package together that came with a couple of T6 bits and a couple of T8 bits. And maybe they'll do that over there. But I thought, what good's getting this if you don't get a couple of these bits? So I thought, hey, I kind of mentioned it, need to put that together with a couple of each of the bits. Obviously they wouldn't be free, but that way when you get your new driver, you got bits to go with it. Like for somebody that doesn't have a driver and they're making that first move, be a complete package. So I don't know if they've done, if that's happened over there or not, but I think the plan was to get that done. Very lightweight and doesn't surprise me with look at all of that relief for this light piece of micarta to fit down in there. Yeah. I had to grab my magnet. Yeah, spring steel. Bruce spring steel. Got a metal washer in there. And then surely that is titanium. I'm going to try something. So one of our friends of the channel said, hey, when you have these that are stubborn, don't want to come out, just take a cloth and put it through the hole and pull the cloth through, and that collar will come with it. And I thought, man, that's genius. Simple, but genius. There it is. Popped right up off there. Yeah, so good call. I don't remember by name who it was that told us about it, but thank you. Yeah, very cool. Simple solutions to not so complicated problems, but nagging nonetheless, right? There wasn't any oil under that one, so I think I'll leave this one be. Yeah, there's really no oil in here. There it is, right in front of me. All right. Well, let's do a little wipe down, and then we'll get this back together. Love this little stinger of a blade here. Oh, I'm a sucker for these smaller little stinger pocket knives. Is that an old man's thing? I mean, is there any young dudes on the channel that follow that same mode? Just a nice little capable stinger for the pocket knife. I feel like it's because I'm old man. Because I didn't carry these little tiny knives. I say tiny. This ain't a tiny knife. It's probably a medium-sized knife, I guess. But I just feel like it's because I've gotten older. I don't carry such a big knife anymore. Because I'm not banging around. I just don't have, I don't, if my uses for a pocket knife are strictly backup self-defense or, simple stuff. Hey, you got a pocket knife I could use? That kind of thing. Just got to get into something simple. I'm not, I don't have big, heavy tasks for a pocket knife anymore. So, but I do find myself gravitating towards these smaller knives. Like one of my favorites right now is the Finch lineup. Golly, those things are so nice. And so I find myself collecting them now. searching them out online, older models, because you know they've done a really good job of cataloging their models. So you can go in and see every finch that's been available for the last, 5 or 6 years that they've been available to the public, that they've been out there providing that product. And so, yeah, I hunt them. I'm enjoying kind of chasing them down and collecting them. Fun. Um, Man, I'm tempted to put a little tension on this, but I think I'm going to leave it be because honestly, it was perfect. It feels a little light, but it's not. It's wonderful. Uh, Captured pivot. It's captured in that upper scale, and I think I'm backwards. Yeah, there we go. It's going to go that way. And so this is correct. The only way that this pivot would go is from that side. So that way, assembly is all going to be able to come down from the top. So, in my opinion, it was built right. They did it right. Just ask me. Mm, I could probably go either way with this one. I think I'll go. I'm gonna go this way. I don't think most time it matters. Every now and then I've run into a knife where things just, when it comes together, just don't quite feel right. And I flip the bearings and it transforms the knife. I mean, it's rare, but I've encountered it. That pivot spun on me. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put that pivot screw in first. I think it'll put us on lockdown with everything else. Yeah, this one may be hard to let go because it's my size. It's it's checking boxes for me. That blade shape, the ergonomics. I mean, we're about to get into it all, but yeah, yeah, I'm feeling it. I think I'm gonna have to finagle this in there with it not on the knife, and then get it all in there. Mm, let's get the screwdriver out of the way. How about that? Like so. And pocket clip is reversible. So you could be a lefty and love this knife, especially with this micarta insert here. You're up off of that lock. So yeah, wow. I mean, I mean. Let me check for blade play. Yeah, it's solid, solid as a rock. All right, well, let's talk about this action. So I mentioned it. Like I think initially I felt like the the detent was soft, but it's a light blade. I can't shake that blade out of there, and it does have a fair amount of tension on the bottom end that snaps that in place and holds it in there. and it's snappy coming out of there. Thumb flick, spidey flick. It's snappy. It's not too light. I was going to add a little, but I left it be because, to be honest, I think it's tuned perfectly. Blade is centered. Yeah, I mean, for the size of this piece and what it is, I'm going to say it's A level. It's not A to A minus. It's A level. It is just really nice. Super snappy, and just the way this smaller piece, it's a small piece. I was saying medium. It's small to medium, leaning towards small. And the action on it is, man, it's just really nice. It's really good. Access to the lock bar. This is lowered. This has got some milling on it, so it's grippy and very intuitive to just get in there and unlock that. The tension it takes to get it is very minimal. It's got 20% lockup. Let's test that. Of course, the old desk whack worked perfectly. No issues there. There's no lock stick or grinding. Very smooth. I mean, it's A level. It's just really, really nice. Ergonomics. So I don't like to be up here. I'm not a choke up artist. This is really nice back here. So let's talk. Not so confident, confident, very confident as far as grips go. This one is going to be one of those anomalies. Normally, I would never get up to a confident grip if it didn't have a distinct, finger guard, something to hold my hand back. But because of the shape of this, the way that this tucks into my hand, the nice jimping on the spine, it's not combat stuff, but it's aggressive. And so the total sum of all these pieces and parts coming together is this a confident grip. Like this in my hand right here, I'm confident I could go forward. Even with wet hands, I could go forward and not run my hand up over that blade. Like this knife could go forward, and I'm confident of it. Yeah, which of course means I could definitely bear down and slice. I do feel the pocket clip in here, but it's not hot. I feel it, but it's not hot. I mean, this thing, I could grip this, white knuckle this knife. It's comfortable. It's ergonomically correct. Can you choke up to this flat spot here? Has it created a platform? Yeah, definitely. Sharpening choil is going to allow a little bit of sharpening on this before you get into it. But the blade is right at the end, right where that starts to thicken is where the end of the blade is. So it's probably going to show a smile pretty quickly if you go sharpening into that. Nice satin finish on that M390. Beautiful. I like the micarta. It's like a natural tone micarta. Fits in really well with the sand bead blasted finish titanium. Titanium backspacer. Yeah. Man. Yeah, it's going to be hard to let this go. Because it's right in my wheelhouse, man. It's what I like. Let's check this clip. So on the thick stuff, nice look. It's got maybe 1/8 of an inch poking out, but definitely doesn't represent some big scary thing in the pocket. Standard jean size material. Again, great tension on the clip, so good retention. My spot in the back pocket, reaching back to get that. Just, it's a natural grip to get here and pull out. Very nice. Yeah, and it's going to hold it right where I put it. So if I go looking for it, I can expect it to be there. Safety. Make sure we can't make blade contact anywhere here. Through the back of the scales were good, and the tip is well recessed down in the front here. So tip's good, clip is good, and I can handle this knife any old way I want, and I'm not running any risk of catching the sharp part. And speaking of the sharp part, man, it sure looks big, tall, flat grind on that M390. It looks to be wonderfully sharp. Let's see if it is. Yeah, and not only is it slicing up this little piece like that, it's super quiet. Like it's that kind of sharp. Like it's just going through it like a razor blade. Yeah, very nice. All right, well, let's talk price. How much is this thing? Because, man, I dig it. I dig it. What do I got to pay for it? That's what I want to know, man. Yeah, it looks like there's 4 versions of this knife. There's another one, just like this one, that has black micarta. This is the natural micarta. And then there's 2 versions that have a black stonewashed finish blade. One has carbon fiber and black stonewashed titanium. The other one has olive wood inserts and again black stonewashed. The black stonewashed carbon fiber is the most expensive version. These listed for over $200, but it looks like to me they've kind of settled in around $190. And so if this one makes it over to Timber's Edge, it would be over there, I mean, minus $20, so around $170. Yeah, not cheap. Definitely on the higher end for a smaller knife like this, but I think it's hitting a price point right where it belongs. It's got a super steel, and it's it's comfortably a really nice knife. It's got this reverse grip that's just solid, can cap it with the thumb, and then I can get this grip right here and cap that with the thumb, and this is woo, wow, yeah, come on, man, yeah, pretty cool. The Bestech, uh, Loti, Lito, not Loti, Lito. Yeah, very cool. I dig it, man. It's checking a lot of boxes. I'm not promising that I'm going to let it go. So if you're interested in it, you just have to go over there to Timber's Edge Knives, timbersedgeknives.com. See if it's there. Appreciate y'all watching.